And Owen, you're 17. Owen, right, your generation, you get the blame for being easily offended. That's what we say. Snowflakes, that's what we call your generation. Right, I don't blame them. I just try and move with the times, right? I know they're a bit strange, aren't they? You know what I mean? They're a bit like, I don't know. They make me feel older than I should feel, like other new celebrities, YouTubers. I don't know who people are until they're fighting Floyd Mayweather. That's a strange age to be. I'm saying, who's Logan Paul? I don't know, but a 10-year-old would put a knife through your windpipe for a bottle of his energy drink. So he's done something right. Fucking 25 quid for a bottle of juice. And then they're chain vaping, they're wee disposables, they're wee elf bars. What happened to the youth is the big tobacco companies thought not enough young people are smoking cigarettes, so why don't we get a packet of Marlboro Red and a packet of Haribo Tangtastics and empty them into a blender and get that liquid, and we'll put it in a wee heated element and take a couple of puffs. That's what started the vaping, and they're a strange bunch, right, with their vapes and their bottles of Prime, and they're always fucking whining about something. The youth of today are a strange bunch. I think if Michael Jackson was still alive, he'd be saying, I'm not sharing a bed with these fucking weirdos. He'd be saying, nah. He'd be saying, get me an adult in here for a decent conversation. Oh, mate, it's my anxiety. Shut the fuck up, Shamo. See, I don't believe that they should get the blame. Even COVID, that was it. The way children were represented during COVID, all that time that they missed off school, and that was all you would see on the telly, the wee stressed out dweebs complaining. We are being robbed of our futures, COVID. COVID has stolen our education from us. We'll never get this time back, and we are the forsaken generation. And I thought, fuck off. There's no way that was an accurate representation of every child's attitude to such lengthy spells off school. Would it have been too much to have heard from the kids who hit the jackpot during that whole time? They never had to sit exams. Wow, what a time to be fucking stupid. Stick one of them on the telly. I bet there's some belters made it to university the past few years. Put them on the telly, cheer people up a bit. I was going to do travel and tourism, but I got into medical school. Because I've got emotional intelligence, everybody tells me. It's the new polite way of telling a child he's a fucking dunce. See, I don't want to be a dinosaur, Owen. Right? I'll tell you what this is. I try and stay open-minded. I try and understand the generations behind me and all that. I try and stay woke. It's just hard. It's hard to keep up with the constant software updates. There's always something new. Like, I'm helping my mum, right? My mum is in the process of moving house, right? And we found a box in my mum's loft, right? A box, we're clearing out all the old shit. Found a box full of my old school books, and a bit of nostalgia got the better of me, and I'm looking through all my old school books. And on the front, one of the school books, there was graffiti. And it said, this might be a bit Scottish, but I will translate. Right? It said that your ma, right? You get that? It said your ma's got balls, right? Balls are balls. It said your ma's got balls and your dad loves it. Now this was a very common insult in Glasgow in the late 90s, but I'm now reading it in 2023, thinking how this has aged beautifully. into an empowering, uplifting message of self-acceptance. If I showed that to Owen's generation, they would get fucking emotional. Go on. Isn't that just beautiful what they wrote? Your ma's got balls and your dad loves it. Your mother found the courage to embrace her true identity. And your father was supportive. Beautiful. See, that's how woke a city Glasgow is. We don't get enough credit for how open-minded and progressive we are. And sometimes we don't mean it. Sometimes it's very subtle. Like I was in a taxi in Glasgow, and the taxi driver had recognised me, and he was telling me how difficult it is to be a comedian. Right? He's telling me. Right? He's going, right, every taxi driver in Glasgow is a savant. Right? He's going, it must be hard, must be fucking hard being a comedian. You can't joke about anything these days. Right? Can't say anything. And then the conversation naturally led to the subject of Sam Smith. And the driver said, Sam Smith, did you see what that cunt was wearing? Did you see what that cunt was wearing at the Brit Awards? And I thought, bravo, driver, bravo, you have educated yourself. What a proud moment this is to hear such a progressive attitude, because in Glasgow, that cunt is a gender-neutral pronoun. I thought, bravo, driver. This just gave me hope. If you had said, did you see what he was wearing at the Brit Awards, I would have stormed out of this taxi in disgust. I would have said, don't you dare misgender that cunt. How dare you? There's always been easily offended people, and I will defend millennials like myself and the generation younger than me, because 36 is a good vantage point to tell the youth what the older people used to be like, and they were the original snowflakes. They were easily offended, and it's summed up in a game that a lot of you probably played, the game called Chap Door Runaway in Glasgow, Knock a Door Run, Knock a Dally, Knock Down Ginger, whatever it was called. The game has largely gone extinct, Owen. Right, the game involved... You would come home from school. I'll tell you the premise of the game, right, for those of you unfamiliar. You'd come home from school, you would change out of your school uniform and into your civilian wear, and then you would go and meet up with your associates, and you would patrol your neighbourhoods aimlessly. And then at one stage in the evening, you'd play the game where you'd walk up to people's houses and you would knock on the door and run away, confident in the knowledge that the man, always the man of the house, was going to come to his door expecting to greet somebody, as the knock suggested. But instead, he would see you and your associates fleeing his property and laughing